My sister couldn't handle me buying my dream house, so she spray painted my walls with insults. I got her on security camera, posted the video online, and refused to take it down. Despite family pressure, my sister Jenna has been the center of attention since the day she was born. I'm 30. We don't get along, and I don't think we ever will. Growing up, my parents were supportive of me until Jenna came along. Then I became invisible. I got straight A's, joined clubs, did everything I could to earn back a fraction of their attention. It never worked. Jenna didn't have to do anything special. She just existed, and that was enough. My 18th birthday, my parents threw me a party. Halfway through, we got a call from the police. Jenna, 14, had been caught vandalizing property with her friends. My dad, a cop, pulled strings and got her off with a warning. By the time they brought her home, my party was over. I sat there cutting my own cake while they lectured her in the kitchen. When I was 21, I landed my first real job. Came home to celebrate. Jenna showed up with her high school boyfriend and announced they were engaged. She was 17. My celebration became her engagement party. When I told my parents it was unfair, they said I was overreacting. That was the day I cut ties. 9 years of silence. I built my career, saved every penny, and 2 years ago, I bought my dream house. Space, privacy, a fresh start. I made it clear to everyone. My address was off limits. No surprise visits from my parents or Jenna. Meanwhile, Jenna's life was falling apart. Her event planning business went under, leaving her drowning in debt. Mom and dad bailed her out like always. Then I got featured on the cover of a local business magazine. I can only imagine how much that stung. 6 days ago, I walked outside and froze. My house, the one thing I'd worked years for, was covered in bright red spray paint. Fraud. Loser. Across the walls, the garage door, even my front door. The paint was still wet. I went straight to the security cameras. There she was. Hoodie on, but I'd recognize her anywhere. The way she moved, the glance over her shoulder. The camera caught her face clear enough to leave no doubt. And the handwriting matched the nasty notes she used to slip under my bedroom door when we were kids. She wanted me to know it was her. My dad's a retired cop with friends still on the force. Filing a report would have gone nowhere. Jenna had been dodging consequences through his connections for years, so I handled it my way. I documented everything. Photos of every word, every streak of paint. Then, I pulled the security footage, posted it all online with a simple caption. This is what happens when someone can't handle your success. Proof included. It blew up within hours. Likes, shares, comments. People were furious on my behalf. Strangers called Jenna out. Friends flooded my inbox with support. Even relatives who'd stayed neutral for years expressed disgust. Then came the pressure. Jenna messaged with fake apologies and offered to pay for damages. Laughable since she was broke. I told her I'd consider removing it after she publicly acknowledged what she did. She said that was humiliating. No, Jenna, that's accountability. My dad called. You need to take that post down. Do you realize what you've done to your sister's reputation? I told him Jenna should have thought about that before grabbing a spray can. My mom tried the guilt trip, started crying. I never thought you'd do something like this. She admitted they'd treated us differently, then said, we've tried so hard to fix things with you, and this is how you repay us? Fix things? They'd ignored me for years. They showed up at my house with a lawyer. Jenna's old friends started commenting on the post. Unpaid debts, scams, shady behavior. Her reputation wasn't something I'd ruined. She'd done that herself. My dad slammed his fist on my coffee table so hard it split in half. Are you just going to sit there? This is your family and you're tearing it apart. I stared at him and said nothing. My mom whispered, please take it down for the family. I said no. Someone anonymously reported Jenna to the police. Since the footage was already public, my dad couldn't intervene. She was arrested, not just for my house, but for other incidents that surfaced through the post. The accusations of drug dealing warranted a separate investigation. The judge sentenced her to 4 years, no parole. My dad lost his job after his years of covering for Jenna came to light. Mom started therapy. Relatives who'd been silent for years started reaching out to apologize. Eventually, Mom sent a handwritten letter full of apologies, but she never took responsibility for enabling Jenna. She never acknowledged the years I spent being invisible. It was a surface-level apology designed to ease her guilt, not to make amends. I didn't respond. The post is still up, not for validation, as a reminder of the moment I stopped being invisible and started being in control of my own story. Jenna spent her whole life making sure no one else could shine. Now she's sitting in a cell, and I'm sitting on my porch, the one she spray painted, watching the sunset over a house I earned. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's just refusing to stay quiet.